This man tasked with rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse in the U.S. government is proposing his company, SpaceX, to take over a vital multi-billion-dollar air traffic control system contract. Elon Musk suggests kicking the current contract holder, Verizon, to the curb and using instead his Starlink system to overhaul what he calls a dire system breakdown. Let's talk about this with CNN's aviation correspondent Pete Montine and CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Honig. Pete, these contracts that Verizon handles for the FAA, what are they? And are they, quote, breaking down rapidly, very rapidly, as Musk says?
Musk is sort of right there in saying that the FAA's technology systems are old and aging and obsolete, and really backed up by this Government Accountability Office report out only 2 months ago. It said urgent FAA actions are needed to modernize aging systems. 92% of the FAA's facility and equipment budget goes into sustaining that old system. What is not clear is why Musk is targeting this now, how Starlink would really help, and really what it would cost. Telecommunications are the backbone of the air traffic control system. Remember, directions are delivered to pilots via radio, but it's phone lines that are used to relay critical communication between air traffic control facilities. 2 years ago, Verizon was awarded a contract to modernize that system. It's a $2 billion deal called FENS, that stands for the FAA Enterprise Network Services. The deal was essentially to build out an entire new telecom network for the FAA that would last until almost 2040.
Okay, but to be clear, other than why now, how it could help, and what it would cost, everything seems very clear at this point. Ellie, honestly, in terms of conflict of interest, which the president and Musk both said that they would absolutely not allow here, how does the government police these kinds of things, and is this a conflict of interest as it appears?
Well, you're not missing anything, Phil. This is as flagrant as conflicts of interest get. You're talking about Elon Musk, who now works for the federal government in some capacity, recommending that the federal government give a $2 billion contract to a private company that he owns. Now, normally the way this is policed is within the executive branch itself. The employee, in this case Elon Musk, would either recuse from the government side or divest from the private side. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And the alternative here is enforcement goes through the Justice Department. It actually is a federal crime if you are an officer or employee of the federal government, if you award a government contract to a private company that you have a direct personal stake in. Lower level federal officials have actually been prosecuted for doing just that. And alternatively, the Attorney General can go to court and try to get a transaction like this blocked on the basis of conflict of interest. Of course, the big problem that I'm sure everybody's wondering about here is there's just no way that this Justice Department is going to take any of these measures to try to stop Elon Musk.